Hey, greetings, salutations, and good morning. Finally back in the cozy, friendly confines of the Findlay Hyundai Studios. We have been up north for all of last week at the 4A State Baseball Championships. Greetings, salutations, and good morning, sports fans. Thanks for locking us in, loading us up. Devin, Dixon, Paul Ratliff, Tara Atkin, pushing all the buttons, playing all the sound for you. We are absolutely revved up for another week back here in studio. We feel like we got an unbelievable show on tap for you. Everybody, I think you're really going to enjoy the show today.
Yeah, calling his shot early like Babe Ruth.
Right? Yeah. Lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
I've got Coach Seacrest and a bunch of key players.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Coming by today. Tomorrow, Desert Hills, Heidi Taylor, and the state champ Warriors, and then the state champ softball team from Desert Hills. So the first 2 days, we're really going to highlight that. We had, oh my gosh, we have more content than we can possibly get to today.
I'd agree with that.
Should we just jump right in?
Yeah, let's jump in, buddy.
Let's jump right in. Let's go to best and the worst from the weekend. We're not going to do big deal today. We're going to do Doghouse Penthouse. Let's do it right now. Kicking off the show on a Monday. Let's have some fun.
All right, let's get started with the penthouse first. We got a lot of people up there today, but let's move over pro athletes and start with one of our local boys. How about this guy, Mr. Bridger Larson? Have a day in the state championship finale as this kid clubbed,
11.
Two home runs, right?
2 home runs in the state championship decisive Game 3 victory.
That's
yes.
right. So, I mean, that was a lightning bolt, and we've got one of his lightning bolts the other day as Bridger Larson takes this one out of the park and puts the Warriors up big.
And there's another hit ball out there by Larson. Could he go again out of the park? Are you kidding me? Bridger Larson says fly out of here one more time. He had 7 RBIs earlier today. He keeps stacking them up in this one. This team is seeing watermelons.
High voltage hitting here. I mean, these balls.
Incredible day for Bridger Larson. 11 RBI on the day.
Wow.
Bridger Larson in the state playoffs goes 17 of 25.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
680 batting average with 4 home runs and 19 runs batted in. He scored 13 runs. He drew 6 walks. He had 7 extra base hits.
Yeah.
And, he pitched 6 2/3 inning and gave up 0 earned runs and had 11 strikeouts.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned it, at least on one of the 15 games we did throughout the week, is that Bridger kind of gets lost in the shuffle sometimes when you got Kelsch and Vaughn and all these big names, Talon Hansen, all these guys that are killing the ball all season. Sometimes Bridger falls through the cracks a little bit, but he was the best Warrior in the state championship series.
In bracket play just last week, Monday through Saturday, Snow Canyon wins the state championship. They're 7th in school history. He went 14 of 19, which is 737 batting average with 3 home runs. Okay, just in bracket play. In the championship series, just Friday and then the 2 games Saturday, because we win all 3 games, Bridger Larson goes 9 of 11 against Desert Hills with 3 home runs and 13 runs batted in.
Yes.
8 runs scored, 2 walks, 5 extra base hits. And Saturday, he pitched 3 2/3 inning, gave up 0 runs, and struck out 3. I mean, if you're talking about a MVP of just the Snow Canyon Championship Series or even the MVP of the bracket play week, it is Bridger Larson. He is in the penthouse. He's drinking what he wants. He can have a Shirley Temple.
It's open bar.
Shirley Temple.
He can. He's not 21. He
Not
can
a-
have
yes,
Any
not a
Welch's
dirty
juice
Shirley.
boxes or anything he wants.
He can have a Michelob Zero.
Yeah, right.
He can have. He can have just a good old fashioned Coke if he wants to.
O'Doul's. Is that the other?
Whatever he
Non-alcoholic.
wants. Have yourself a week. I completely agree with you, Paulie. He's got to be in the penthouse.
All right.
Somebody check his ID.
All right, then we got a couple pro athletes. We'll let them join Bridger up there as well. How about the combination of a Utah State Aggie, Mr. Sam Merrill, off the bench for the Cavaliers last night? His over-under, take a guess on what his point total was last night.
6.5.
5.5. And he scores 23 on 7 of 10 shooting, 5 of 8 from three-point range. And former Jazz man Donnie Mitchell had a good game too, 26 points on 10 of 22 shooting. So those two guys in a decisive game where they blow out the competition, 125-94. I'm going to go Sam Merrill, who is a Utah State Aggie, and Donovan Mitchell, who used to play for the Jazz. And some Jazz fans still hold him close to their heart. And they are moving on to the next round of the NBA playoffs.
Yep, they'll play the Knicks after a 125-94 win over the Pistons in a game that was really never truly close. And here we are, asking the question, are the Cavaliers an elite team? Who knows? Cleveland could end up taking on OKC in the NBA Finals. They could get wiped off the floor by the Knicks. We don't know. We don't know, but we do know this. This is the first Donovan Mitchell conference final in his career. He has never been to a conference final before. So I like those two guys. You got to throw in probably the 31-year-old Englishman as well.
Yes, I agree with
Let's get to the doghouse. We were up north when we saw this story break. And the Knights, went duck hunting, took care of the Ducks in 6. But then after the game, John Tortorella, put him in the doghouse. He won't do the post-game media. He gets the team to forfeit their second-round draft pick. They also fined Torts $100,000. After the Knights advance to play the Avalanche. Game 1 in the Western Conference Finals will be Wednesday night. Tortorella, you're sleeping with Fido tonight.
All right.
What is he thinking?
Pretty dumb.
Who are the PR people with the Knights allowing this to happen? Where is George McPhee? Where is Kerry Boobles? Where is the management saying, no. We're not losing a draft pick. We're not paying all this money. Buck up. They were upset because of the Braden McNabb suspension from the NHL.
Yes, that's what we're hearing.
They had a couple guys do some interviews after the game, but Torts skipped his main media available, and you are required after skate for 30 minutes and after games for 30 minutes to make players and coaches available for media in the playoffs.
And Tara always laments they hate it. I know they hate it.
They do hate it.
They definitely hate the media obligations, and there was some bitterness, I think,
which is
after
annoying
the McNabb
to me as a
thing.
member of the media because you without fans
Part
you
of
don't
the
get a
job.
paycheck.
Yeah,
you don't get a paycheck.
It's
and
really the media is the connection of the players to the
conduit
fans.
to the fans.
The fans. Yep.
You got to give some sound bites. You got to build. I mean, it's not like the fans are going away because you skip one media session. Don't take that the wrong way.
Right.
Jesse Granger tweeted this, and this is pretty telling from a guy that's covered hockey and really was there for the beginnings of the Knights. John Tortorella declined to speak with the media after advancing to the Western Conference Finals. The Golden Knights also didn't open the dressing room after the game. They brought one player to the side room to speak, along with the other two who spoke at the podium. I've been covering the NHL for 9 years, and I've never seen either of those happen one time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was a day oneer. He was with the Las Vegas Sun. I remember going down and meeting him and sitting next to him at the very first preseason Knights game. I met Jesse Granger.
Yeah.
He was one of the day one beat guys when he was with the Sun. Now, of course, he's writing for the New York Times and the Athletic, covering the NHL beat for the VGK. Torts.
What are you doing?
You're in the doghouse. This one's hard for me, but I'm putting Rory in the doghouse.
All right.
Rory had a frustrating final round at the PGA Championship. He didn't birdie either par 5, and then he dumped it in the bunker on the second par 5 on the back 9 after he had bogeyed the drivable par 4. And a fan chanted USA. They had a heated exchange.
Yeah.
Rory pointed him out to security, got him removed. And
I
so,
wish we could play it. I found the clip of it, and I'm watching it now. He apparently gets the fan kicked out. I mean, geez. Get over yourself, Rory.
He left strokes on the course. It's a frustrating day, and he let this fan get under his skin. And Look, you didn't play the golf you needed to, and it was interesting because guys like John Rahm and Ludwig Oberg and Rory McIlroy and all these guys are pursuing, and none of those guys could get it done, and the Englishman, Aaron Wright, ended up winning. So, Rory McIlroy, you're in the doghouse.
Yeah.
Anybody else we want to put in the doghouse?
I think we have one. Do we have one more for the penthouse or no?
No.
Okay. All right. We're full up.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby. I think it was a great sports weekend.
Yes, it was.
Great sports weekend. A lot of fun. Good to be back in the Finley Hyundai studios, and we are off and running. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, big deal, no big deal. 8 o'clock, any Snow Canyon Warrior fans out there, any Region 9 baseball fans out there, we are going to have Coach Sechrist and a bunch of the guys, key guys that are going to be swinging by the show before they get off to graduation practice this week.
Yeah.
And then the state championship for the Desert Hills softball team as well. We'll try to run down some of the state track and field highlights for you a little bit later in the show, give you a little taste of that as that went down up at BYU over the weekend. I'll tell you, Snow Canyon Warrior Amelia Nadal had a day. Fong from Pineview set the state record. Again, she just had a record-breaking season. There was so many, things to highlight from that. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show as well. But got to get to a break. Message from our great local partners, and then we're back here on The Drive.
Drive on the Fan.
Welcome back, everybody. Show today brought to you by Zag. Protect your phone better. Get screen protectors that come with a lifetime warranty. Phone cases, chargers for the go, for the house, for the office. And if you actually break or chip your actual phone, they will fix it. Mention our show here, the Fan Sports Network. Get $20 off any phone repair at the 2 St. George or the Cedar City Zag location. We do it on a Monday. We do it every Monday, and we're going to do it right now.
All right. Big deal, no big deal. Aaron Rai wins the PGA Championship as a 13-1 dog.
Yeah, Aaron Rai. This is a top 50 guy in the world rankings. The Englishman, no Englishman had won the PGA Championship since 1919. So he is a hero back home. So international golf fans are going crazy about it. Huge underdog coming into the week before the tournament. He was like as high as 300-1 in some sports book. He got better every day. He shot 70, 69, 67, 65. He had this ridiculous 68-foot birdie putt on 17 that was the icing on the cake. I still think he wins the tournament before he makes this long one, but here is the icing on the cake, as I put it. You could hear the gallery. Yeah. Incredible. I mean,
it curves and follows that flag line perfectly.
It's up 2 ridges. It's 68 feet away. Even PGA guys, those are 1%ers for PGA guys.
Jeez, this is like a compilation of like impossible putts.
Yeah, it's the same putt.
Oh, yeah. It is.
Yeah, it's the same putt, just from different angles.
Oh my God.
It's early.
Yeah,
but Aaron Rai, the good tweet from Bleacher Report betting, by the odds, his win is more unlikely than the Raiders winning the Super Bowl, plus 13,000. So he was around the same number closing as it started the tournament. Malik Willis winning NFL MVP, plus 15,000. Or the St. Louis Cardinals winning the World Series, plus 12.5. So
it's a big story because he's also originally of Indian heritage, but his parents moved in. He was born in England. His background and personality are very different than that of a typical superstar profile. He's married to I think she plays on the European female tour. I can't remember what it's called. I don't know if it's the DP. It's the equivalent of Europeans LPGA, basically.
Yeah.
Quiet, hard worker.
Yeah, he didn't show much emotion after hitting that 68-footer. He kind of just looked stoic. But
what's the craziest part is before this stretch where he'd been hurt, he finally got healthy about 2 weeks ago. He'd only had one PGA Tour win. The 2024 Wyndham Championship. So to win his second time out there and have it to be a major.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, a final round 65. And, other players, from what I understand, genuinely love this guy. And after he won, pros were talking about how polite and grounded he was, even under pressure. I mean, the bunker shot he hit on the drivable par 4, that's a good miss to put in the bunker where you could either chunk and run it and leave it a little bit short and just try to chase it up to the top tier. Because if you missed long on that drivable par 4, you were dead.
Yeah.
You were not getting up and down. And so he flew it all the way to the top tier, which if it goes a little further, he's making bogey at the best. And he birdied that hole. That's the one on 13 is the one that sealed it. The shot on 16 was unbelievable.
Yeah.
If we're talking about John Rahm or Justin Rose or Bryson DeChambeau or Rory McIlroy or Ludwig Gobert,
talked about
Xander Schauffele. What a great! I mean, we're raving about that shot on 16, but it's Aaron Rai. I mean, to go that pin hunt crazy in the final round and shoot 65 with all those big names chasing you. This is certainly a big deal.
Bigger deal. That 68-foot putt or my drive at Topgolf?
Oh, easily the putt.
Aaron Rye.
Yeah.
I can't even believe you brought your shot
That
in.
was sacrilegious. You even tried to compare.
Although your shot was surprising.
It was surprising. As was the 68-foot putt.
You know, it was 5-6 feet off the ground. Moments before, he said, "I wish we were on the top deck of Topgolf, so at least it got in the air."
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
good stuff. Good stuff. All right, moving on. Aaron Rye, big deal.
All right, let's go to another Aaron. Big deal, no big deal. Aaron Rodgers ends the hostage situation, re-signs with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I would say it's kind of a middle ground deal. It's not a big deal, but it's not a big deal. It's kind of in the middle for me because they don't have anybody else. Like, as far as next season, is if they don't want to have a horrific season, he was their only option. So I think as far as being 8-9, 9-8, I think it's a big deal for that. If you're a Steelers fan, if you want to have a decent year. But it's not a big deal in the fact that he drew this out. He made this a big media circuit. Like, everyone's wondering where he is. Like, I didn't like that part of it. He truly was, like she said, holding him hostage. So I don't want to give Rodgers a ton of pomp and circumstance for coming back. So I'm going to say middle of the road deal.
Well, it's called big deal or
I
no
know,
big deal.
but I'm
And
making
probably
my
just
own category.
So why it's a big deal is the Steelers didn't have a better option.
Yes.
Yeah.
He still threw 24 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions last season.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good TDDI and
He's back with Mike McCarthy. So
Yeah.
those would be your reasons why it's a big deal. I'm on the other side. To me, this is no big deal. This is not some earth-shattering move that I'm like, yeah, go Steelers, Steel Curtain. La, 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 la. He's 42 freaking years old. He's not an MVP level guy anymore. The Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016.
Yeah.
The playoff game against Houston, he looked terrible.
He did.
Like, he still has to deal in the AFC with Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow and Lamar and Josh Allen and Justin Herbert and whoever else you want to throw into the mix. I mean, do I believe Aaron Rodgers can have some fun with McCarthy? And if this defense is elite, can they win 10, 11 games? Maybe. But this is not a Super Bowl team. So I don't know. I don't mind you actually going middle of the road because I could go either way on this, but I think it's no big deal. I don't think this is a big excitement moving signing here. He kind of held him hostage for so long after the draft, blah, blah, blah. I go no big deal.
All right, Tara.
We're all so annoyed with him that it's like, we're over it. It's
You're
no big deal. Yeah.
Retire.
We are. Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
The
yeah.
Washka tours around Malaysia.
There you go.
I don't know where those are.
Ayahuasca and I don't know. All right, let's move on. Big deal, no big deal. Ronda Rousey returns to the ring and defeated Gina Carano by submission with her signature armbar at the 17-second mark of the first round.
Wow, we haven't heard much from Ronda in some years.
In a while, yeah.
So I'm going to say big deal for this. I think anytime a fighter gets back in the ring, I was excited when Pacquiao fought Mayweather and made his return. You know, when you have these big names, and I'm not a big MMA or boxing guy, but there are certain names that transcend the sport. And Rousey was that girl for a long time until she got knocked out surprisingly by Holly Holm. I'll never forget that fight.
One was crazy, yeah.
So I think Rousey doing it in 17 seconds off the bench, kind of dust her off and get her out there type thing, as she hadn't fought in forever, to armbar the opponent, Carano, in, what'd you say, 17 seconds?
17 seconds, yeah.
That's pretty impressive. I'm going to go big deal for
To be
Ronda.
fair, though, Carano did drop 100 pounds previous to this fight.
Carano hadn't fought in 17 years.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ronda hadn't fought in 10 years.
All right. So they're both dusty.
But Ronda had been in the WWE or something. Like, she's still been very active. And
She went and had a bunch of kids with Travis Brown. She's been being a mom. I mean, sure, you're still doing some work here and there, maybe some endorsements deal. Maybe you get a call from, WWE, whatever. Look, I think it reminded people how massive Ronda Rousey once was.
She was huge.
Arguably the first true female MMA superstar.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so the casual fans are like, "Wow, Ronda's back." The MMA fans are like, "Hey, that's a cool moment," but mostly nostalgia.
Yeah.
And if you're on the big deal side, I think what it means is Netflix is getting into MMA. That's the big deal. The story. Jake Paul's MVP promotion landing huge names, and UFC suddenly feeling pressure to create bigger spectacle fights again. Like, where do they go next? How do they keep topping themselves? So the fight itself, no big deal.
Yeah.
The names are big names, and the platform, I think a lot of people watch this fight because I think a lot of people have Netflix. Aren't they still the number one streaming service out there, even though everybody's in that space now?
Yeah. I think Netflix is the number one dog, and we've seen them jump into the NFL last year or 2 years ago.
Well, it took me a minute to, figure out last night after the PGA. I was like, well, isn't there an NBA game? I had to go to Prime to watch the Cavs Pistons.
It's too much. I'm not a big fan of all the streaming services.
It has become more expensive to watch sports than ever used to be now that we don't have satellite TV.
Yeah.
Because you used to pay $140 a month. Now you're paying 20 and 30 times 7, 8, 9.
Everywhere.
Yeah, you got to have Peacock and Paramount and HBO, and then you have Netflix and Prime and Apple TV, and you got to have all these
HBO Max.
Yeah,
they play hockey games on that
I just said that, but okay.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but that's okay. I'm used to it at this point on a Monday on the show after 8 years together.
Yes.
The point is now I think I'm paying over $200 for all of these services, where it used to be like less than that. I mean, YouTube TV alone, you think you're replacing satellite TV, but you don't get all the action in sports.
Everyone wanted to cut the cord. I'm here to tell you, I want it back. I want it back. The cord and regular cable. It was better.
Like DirecTV Dish.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just like, where I was from, it's called Comcast. It's just regular.
But they don't have Paramount Plus, do they?
No.
They don't have Peacock.
They don't.
They don't have Netflix.
That's the spot we're in now. There's so many of these streaming services that even if you have a top-tier cable provider, it doesn't matter.
And now the money to get the rights for the NHL, the NFL, the NBA, the PGA Tour.
Netflix can outbid everybody. If they want it, they can get it. That's the scary notion here.
Right.
Yeah. So that to me is the bigger deal in this one.
All right. I agree with you. That's a big deal. Let's go.
It is.
Let's go to the next one.
Big deal, no big deal. SGA wins his second consecutive league MVP.
This is a big deal. Anytime you're back-to-back as the most valuable player in any professional sports league, you're doing something right. And SGA has a lot of haters for an MVP. Everyone calls him a foul merchant. He's soft. He's this and that. But at the end of the day, he's a 31-point-per-game scorer. He's the leader of his team that just won the championship last year. And he had another amazing year. So I'm gonna say it's a big deal. Anytime you go back-to-back, it's pretty awesome. So give me a big deal on this one. SGA, good for him.
Yeah, I agree. Big deal. He's won back-to-back MVPs. Only 14 players in the history of the league have done that.
Figured to be a low number.
OKC had the league's best record again this year, 64 wins in the regular season. And it's efficiency. It's not just volume scoring, but he's shooting. You mentioned 31 points, but 55% shooting for a guard. That is an absurd. From the field, 55%. And here's the thing. We went from the perception around the league, SGA is a star, to now he's becoming the face of the NBA. He is one of the faces of the league.
I would say so.
I mean, that's the big deal.
And you got the old guard like LeBron and Steph and Kevin Durant, but those guys are fading out.
Now it's Jokic and it's Wemby and it's SGA and it's Tatum and it's Cade Cunningham and you're starting to see a changing of the guard, and that's happened over every decade. You always have that new wave, handing the reins to somebody else. But, Jordan won 2 NBAs in a row. LeBron, Steph, Magic, Bird, Jokic, Giannis. They're big names. And SGA is now a big name. This is validity to that he is one of the faces of the league. Now, you want to get into where he ranks historically and championships and all that. That's a whole nother topic. But I think it's a big deal. I don't even hesitate to go big deal on SGA winning the MVP.
All right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
We got one more, right?
We do. Big deal, no big deal. Desert Hill Softball gets redemption against Bear River and wins the state title in the final game 4-2.
This is a massive deal. The biggest deal of this game we played today. because being that it was against Bear River makes it all the more sweet, I think, for the Thunder. And they did it in 2. They didn't even need that decisive third game. I mean, they were dominant all season. Lulu West set records for strikeouts and wins, and it's just one of the most decorated senior classes when you talk about West, Green, Lee, Wybright, and so on. Sienna Foster, so many good seniors on this team. So really happy for that group and seeing the prophecy fulfilled.
First state softball championship in Desert Hills school history.
Yep.
Yeah.
They beat the defending champs who had won 12 titles and was a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was revenge over last year, okay? And they swept. They didn't just squeak by, they dominated it. 3-1 and 4-2.
Yeah.
It wasn't blowouts, but they dominated.
Yeah.
I don't want them to get those two mixed. Lulu West was unreal throughout the postseason. Riley Green was unreal throughout the postseason.
Yep.
Bailey Lee was unreal throughout the postseason. The stars were out for Desert Hills softball.
Yeah.
Big deal. A huge story for Southern Utah sports. For Region 9 sports, another sign this area down here in the South is just not messing around. I mean, Desert Hills baseball playing Snow Canyon for the baseball title, then their softball team winning it. The track and field, we had a ton of stuff. We still have a bunch of Region 9 soccer teams playing. Lacrosse teams still playing.
Yeah.
I mean, Kate Walker won the girls' individual state championship in girls golf. Like, we are dominating in 4A down south.
Yeah, absolutely.
But look, emotionally wise, like, I have sat here in this room as with you two, and we have seen, I mean, Tara went and did the Riley Green signing day from the house.
Yeah.
Like, this has been the goal from day one. It has been state championship or bust for Desert Hills, really, for these kids' last 3 years. And they've been to the title game 2 in a row and lost.
Yeah.
So the revenge factor is huge for me. And this senior class finally breaking through is pretty special.
Yeah,
this is a special one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Any state champion, a lot of people, I was asking a lot of people, like, have you ever won a state championship? And most people would tell you, no, I played for one, or no, never got the chance to even play for one, or, oh, hey, yeah, I did have one. You know, a lot of people don't ever get the chance to play in the postseason, let alone a state championship, let alone win a state championship. So the hill to climb for Desert Hills softball to the senior year with that class, I think it was 7 seniors, if you include their team manager, that were an integral part of it, maybe 8. Pretty special for that good, talented core.
Yeah.
Wybright and Green and Lulu, of course. And I'm going to start naming
Foster,
seniors. Foster,
yeah.
Foster. I'm going to start naming seniors. I'm going to forget 1 or 2. We'll have that whole story tomorrow morning. Coach Heidi Taylor, about 7:15 a.m. They got graduation practice tomorrow. Coach Taylor's going to bring her seniors in tomorrow morning, second segment. So if you're a D Hills fan, make sure and tune in for that. Coming up at 8 a.m. today, we'll chat with Coach Seacrest and Snow Canyon baseball stars. We'll have a select group of 4, 5, 6 guys coming in with Coach Seacrest. I don't have the full list, but hopefully, Bridger Larson, Trayvon, Braden McGavero, Cade Keld, some of these the kind of guys that we're going to be bringing in that had unbelievable seasons as they win the state championship over the weekend as well. All right, that's Big Deal, No Big Deal on a Monday, only on a Monday, brought to you by Zag. Don't zig, just zag when it comes to your phone. 2 St. George, 1 Cedar City, Zag location. Protect your phone better. Take a break, come back. So much more to get to. So much more to get to. We've got the Knights still in the postseason. We've got that game in the East with the Cavs and the Knicks. We got the game in the West. We've got more on the 4A state championships to recap. Jazz possibilities. Paulie been scouring the globe for that. What are the Wizards thinking? There's so much to get into.
A lot of smoke there.
Probably not done talking Aaron Rye and PGA Championship as he wins the second major of the year. Next one will be the U.S. Open that will crown a champion on Father's Day Sunday. So good show. Off and running. Lots more coming up when we come back from the Finley Hyundai Studios. Back live. Oh, it's good to be alive. Graduation this week for all our high schools. Let's go. Let's go.
Tara's got one graduating.
I
this
know.
Sure
TA,
do, yeah.
do we need to do a welfare check on you later this week?
You might have to
Are
on
you
Thursday.
going to be okay?
Yeah.
It's
I'll
the
be okay.
end of the world as we know it.
Yes.
Will you be fine? It's
I'll
gotta
be
be-
okay.
Play the Good Riddance, Green Day, and get it going. You know,
Yeah.
times of my life.
Right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, one of the big storylines we haven't even got to, I think, this week is the Utah Tech baseball team. We were up north doing a lot of the high school, which obviously people down here love their high school baseball. But we, all three of us, have really, at one point or another, had a lot of fun watching this year's edition of the Blazers.
Yep.
And Coach Fate, on Saturday, they had their senior day. And you had guys like Brock Roundy walk out there, you know, last time on Bruce Hurst Field, among others. How about a 19-8 sweep
Yeah.
on senior day on Saturday for Tech baseball? They beat Abilene Christian Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Miller Durham homered twice, drove in a career high 5 runs. And so now they finish with the Saturday sweep. Utah Tech is 33-22 overall this season. They finish in a tie for third place in the WAC. They finish 10-8, 18-game schedule. And they will be the third seed, and they will be playing UT Arlington Wednesday midday.
Nice.
So the team will lift and work out, get some BP in today, and then they will be heading down to the Phoenix area. I think this is the conference tournament's down in the Phoenix area, Mesa maybe, and they will be playing Wednesday. And we saw this team make a little run in the WAC tournament last year.
Yeah.
And you're starting to, if you're looking through your browser on TV, you're starting to see some softball postseason going on. Were they in the super regionals over the weekend?
I think they just set the field,
They
right?
just set the field for
the
softball. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So they will be playing, I think it's in Mesa on
It is.
Wednesday at like noon against UT Arlington.
Yeah.
They end up the 3 seed. And holy smokes, it's been a fun year. 33 wins. What was that? 12 or 13 more than last year? Weren't they a 21 win team last year, if I'm not mistaken? So 12 more wins, huge improvement in the win column. And they did hit a little slump there towards the end of WAC play before this 3-game sweep, where they lost a couple series in a row inside the conference.
Yeah.
Where it could have been even a little bit better. You go win, and you go make some noise, and maybe you can get into a regional.
24-win team last year.
24 wins.
24
so
wins.
9 more wins.
Yes.
9 more wins.
24-31, so they pretty much flipped it.
Yeah, 33 wins this year.
Yeah.
33 wins, 22 losses. So that's a pretty nice improvement.
Yeah, that's a nice year.
In 1 year.
That's a good year.
Yeah. Durham's been great. Craple's been great. Petey Soto's been great.
McDaniel.
Yep, Kyle McDaniel's been huge. And so midday on a Wednesday, we will be watching closely to see how Utah Tech baseball fares in the WAC Conference Championships. This will be the last ever sport to participate. Am I missing anything? Softball's done. Baseball? Is there any outdoor track and field or anything else? Tennis? This should be probably one of the final ever WAC games for any sport at Utah Tech University.
That's right.
Do you feel like nobody is really going to miss the WAC?
I think so. I don't think there's really anything you can get attached to in the
I haven't
WAC.
talked to one person that's like, oh, I'm really going to miss the WAC. I'm really going to miss this conference. And I think everybody is super ecstatic about going to a more stable conference in the Big Sky. Now, remember, men's soccer and baseball are going to the Mountain West, which I think is great because those are not sports that are, sanctioned by the Big Sky Conference.
The WAC is in dire straits.
They're toast.
They're toast. I mean, when you're threatening one of your members.
Well, and we saw, we knew the
with
right.
UVU, and they weren't even going to let them play in their tournament. They put out that press release. I mean, I've never seen any other league in
It's crumbling.
my life.
The WAC is
do
going.
that.
The WAC is going away again. This is the second time the WAC has tried to rebuild and disintegrate.
I think it's time. 2 strikes and you're out for the WAC. I don't think they should try and revitalize again. I think this might be it.
If you follow WAC sports, then you probably know who Kendra Sheehan is.
Yeah,
she does a lot of the WAC tournaments. She's in the booth doing a lot of the color commentary. She does a lot of the sideline reporting, the WAC basketball tournaments.
Yeah.
She's the host the media day covers, does a lot of the interviews and stuff when they do the media day before the
I'm
big
familiar
sports.
with her.
She's put her reel out and she's like, anybody know of any work? She's looking for work right now, Paulie. The WAC is the writing was on the wall when we saw WAC football merge and become the UAC.
Yeah.
At that point in time, you knew the WAC was in trouble.
It was on its close to deathbed. It was on life support.
Well,
per se.
Mountain West is getting rated by the newly formed Pac-12. Mountain West is now rating the Big West and the WAC, and the Big West is trying to replace. You got the Big Sky trying to grow. You got all these conferences trying to make sure that they have stability, and the WAC was the one conference that just could not withstand that.
Yeah.
Again, for a second time. So let's go out with a bang, though.
Yeah, that's right. Win this thing.
Let's go out with a bang.
Win this thing would be what we need.
So the sweep in the Senior Day festivities. I did talk with Coach Fatenauer over the weekend, and he is going to let me know if Tuesday or even a game day Wednesday morning he can make himself available. It's a little earlier start, so they're going to be at the field taking BP probably by like 9:30 on Wednesday. So we'll hopefully be able to get him maybe 7:30 or 8 o'clock on Wednesday morning. Give a preview for the Trailblazers. Again, they will be playing noon on Wednesday. It'll be on ESPN Plus, and it will be UT Arlington next up for the Blazers. All fired up about that. I mean, can they go win it? Sure. Is Cal Baptist good this year? Sure. Is Tarleton State good this year? The 1 and 2 seed? Sure. Can they beat them? Yeah, they can.
They can.
100%.
They're capable. Very capable.
I think so. I did want to. While we have a minute, so, we don't talk a lot of track and field on the show, but there was some standout performances, and I want to give some shout outs, some local student athletes, because I don't think we're going to be able to get every single one of these state champs in. But Eli Connolly of Crimson Cliffs, 6'4", is your 4A boys high jump state champion.
Nice.
So shout out to Eli. Amelia Nadal, 23.98. Snow Canyon Warriors. She wins the 4A girls 200 state championship.
Nice.
Yes. She'd had some other state championships Saturday earlier at BYU. With that 200 win, that was her 16th all-time individual state title. Wow. They informed my buddy Brad, who was sending these results to me over the weekend because he was up covering the track and field. Bristol Woods, Dixie High School, saw him play a little defensive end for the Flyer football team. He was your 4A boys javelin state champion.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
I don't know Bristol very well. I knew his older brother Sawyer pretty well. Tevi Geddes of Pineview, 2 minutes, 11 seconds, and 55 tenths is your 4A girls 800 state champion.
Look at that.
Cruising.
Speedy.
Yeah.
Tevi. Amelia Nadal of Snow Canyon, 43 seconds, won the 300 hurdles. Ethan Sam Fong of Pineview, 52.9.5 is the shot put state champ. Nadal won the 100 meter and is your girls state 100 meter champ. Kiara Sam Fong of Pineview. We've been talking about her. She's been a past Findlay Subaru Athlete of the Week. 146-8 is the 4A girls discus state champ, and she broke about every record along the way in the discus. Kiara, at one point, was going further than her cousin Ethan,
Yeah.
who is on the boys' side at Pineview Track and Field.
Nice.
Amelia Nadal won the 100 hurdles as well. Just absolutely crazy. Shout out to Hurricane Girls. They won the 4A girls 4x200 state championship. Sawyer Mells, Grace Anderson, Kinsley Yardley, and Amy Lynn Sapp. Okay. Eli Conley also won the long jump along with the hurdles. Shot put, Kiara Sam Fong also won the shot put. Ethan Sam Fong is the discus state champ. Kiara won the javelin state championship. So she just tore it up with discus, javelin, and the shot put.
Yeah, all around.
In the field events,
pretty cool.
Nobody was better. So those were some of the highlights. I'm sure I missed something along the way, but those were just some of the individual state champs from up there at BYU on Saturday. I wanted to give a shout out while we had some time because we've got the Snow Canyon Warriors, Coach Sechrist, and some select players from the state championship baseball team. They're going to be joining us here top of the hour, 8 o'clock. We'll play some highlights. We'll talk about the journey. We'll talk about the championship. We'll talk about the road to get there, all those things. Do we need to take one more break?
We have one more break.
All right, we better do it. We better do it now. 7:49, or we got to stretch for 6 minutes. Let's take the break.
Yes.
When we come back, we'll tee up hour 2. We got a loaded second hour. We're good to be back here in the Findlay Hyundai studio on the drive. Don't go away. Like I mentioned, Snow Canyon going to join us here in just a few minutes. You're not going to want to miss that.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive. What's going on? Good to have you in the Finley Hyundai Studios. And coming up here, top of the hour, we are going to have the state champs in the building. Something we always try to do is get as many of the state championship, at least coaches and select players in. Sometimes we get the whole team. But right now, I got to tell you something that's actually working for real people out there, including myself. Soda Weight Loss now has changed their name. Soda Diet Nutrition, but hey, the results still incredible. What I love about Soda Diet Nutrition is soda is not shots. It's not pills. It's not starving yourself. It's real food from real grocery stores with an actual nutritionist, actually a whole team of nutritionists coaching you every single week, guiding you, taking you by the hand, weekly weigh-ins, weekly calls, and they personalize everything to your body and your goals. And honestly, that structure changes everything. I'm not calorie counting. I'm not guessing what to eat. I'm not doing generic meal plans. I stay full. I have energy, and the weight has come off. I'm down 10 pounds. And normal results for the ladies out there, losing 2 to 3 pounds a week, 3 to 5 pounds a week for the guys. Take my word for it, or go read one of their 9,000 reviews from real clients. And right now, during their spring promotion, join now. Soda Diet Nutrition, your partner joins for free. That's accountability. 2 for 1. Look where you could be 90 days from right now. You'll be so glad that you started. Go to sodadietandnutrition.com. That's sodadietandnutrition.com and get started today. Just do what I did. Take my word for it. If you want to pick up the telephone and call them, here's the number for you. You can dial it in right now on your way to work. They're standing by. 866-800-SOTA. That's 866-800-SOTA. Soda. Join them for a short time. Get results that last a lifetime. And remember, soda is state of the art. That's what it stands for, state of the art, helping you meet your fitness goals and think about all those summer pictures and how good you will look if you get going right now. All right, hour 1 winding down, hour 2 coming up. I'm fired up to hear how the Warriors are feeling a couple days removed. We saw the emotion, Paulie. It was a roller coaster week for Snow Canyon baseball.
It was a up and down, back and forth series with multiple teams, but they found their way to get all the wins they needed to win the title.
I mean, and the only down really was
Desert Hills game.
Well, the Provo game too.
Yeah, true.
The Provo game where they were shorthanded, that was the roller coaster. And then to lose Friday night and have to come back and win 2 on Saturday and to get it done for the school's 7th title. Coach Seeker's 6th state championship as the skipper of the Warriors in his 23rd season. What a remarkable journey. And, Paulie, if somebody on the street asks you, me, TA, hey, who's going to win the state championship, in March?
Yeah.
We would have said a Region 9 team.
That's right.
By April, Snow Canyon was clearly the best Region 9 team. The Power Bats.
We did the exercise, Snow Canyon or the field.
We did.
Yeah.
And look.
The field was good, but Snow Canyon was
And the
better.
final 3 teams standing were Snow Canyon, Desert Hills, and who did the Desert Hills have to knock out to get a chance at Snow Canyon? The defending state champ Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Region 9 baseball is just built different.
That's right.
It's just astonishing to me.
Right.
How dominant they have been, for how long they have been dominant. And it's not just been one school. It's been all of our region winning titles since 2014. All right, hour 1 in the books. Warrior Nation, stay tuned. State champs will be in the building when we come back.